Why do we clap at the end of movies? Hello, everyone. So, you're in a movie theater and you just sat through a rather brilliant, fantastic, epic masterpiece of movie pie, and you're overwhelmed at the magnificence of it all. And just as the credits start to roll, the audience, yourself possibly included, give a round of applause. Or alternately, you just sat through what you consider to date to be the most awful piece of trash ever put to celluloid that you just wasted time and money on, and yet the rest of the audience clearly enjoyed, and just as the credits roll, the audience gives a round of applause. Whatever the scenario, in either case, there has to be a point when you ask yourself, why do we do this? Why do we, as an audience, clap at the end of a movie? Certainly those involved in the production of the film can't hear our applause, unless, of course, it's one of those screenings that the cast and crew are in attendance. A majority of the time, though, at the screenings all over the country, this is not the case. And certainly the employees of the theater, the ticket sellers, the ushers, the managers, those working in concessions, and the folks in the projection booth don't care. It's not as if they have direct contact with the crew, the director, the producers, the cast, etc. to say, hey, you should have heard the applause at the 5:30 showing, and if you think that's great, wait until I tell you about the 7:45. No! Their job merely is to make certain that tickets are sold, the film is shown, and that the mess is cleaned up after we leave. That being said, why do we do it? I believe it harkens back to the early days of stage production when the audience attended were expected to give a round of applause to show positive feedback they had to the play they just watched. That certainly would make sense back then, before the days of international screenings, critical reviews, ticket sale figures, so forth and so on. Nowadays, we have those things, but back then, all we had to rely on was the round of applause. We still do that to this day, by the way, at modern stage productions, to provide the positive feedback to those in the production of the play. However, as the case of cinema, most of the time nobody involved with the production of the movie can hear you and your fellow patrons and as you give the round of applause. That being said, do I condemn this behavior? Certainly not! If you enjoyed the movie you just watched, then express that joy with your fellow patrons. Because though true, nobody involved in the production can hear your applaud, those in attendance can hear, and as they spend as much time and money as you in viewing the finished piece, maybe your provision is some reassurance that they aren't alone in their enjoyment. I conclude this report with my favorite line from the bard William Shakespeare at Puck's closing soliloquy of A Midsummer's Night's Dream, in hopes that it gives new meaning to this, our present day of entertainment. Give me your hands if we be friends. I'm Mike, and this has been a Penguins Rock production.